Hey lovelies, welcome to another video. And yes, I'm wearing the same polka dot PJs because honestly, it's the only thing that fits me comfortably right now. And at 32 weeks pregnant, I ain't about wearing anything that's not comfortable. I just cannot. Like I am done with trying to wear anything else. I'm just wearing what's comfortable. And yeah, I'm happy with that. So today I have a newborn baby haul, and I say newborn baby haul because it's pretty much everything we will need for baby girl when she's born, just after and during the first probably 2-3 months. That's Angel sitting next to me. So this haul will not have clothes in it because I am still waiting for a couple of orders to come in the mail. So I'm going to be showing you pretty much everything else under the sun that exists for babies that I thought was necessary, needed. A lot of things might actually be just me being able to buy them now because honestly, with Angel, everything we had was pretty much hand-me-downs, secondhand. Greatly appreciated because financially we were not able to buy a lot of things for her. So honestly, I barely did any baby shopping at all with her, and everything we had was already kind of, so it was things that my sister-in-laws had used with their babies, and I really didn't have a lot of say in regards to things that I thought I may have wanted or needed. So this haul is going to be all of those nice, awesome things, a lot of things that I used with Angel and I was happy with, and just a lot of other things. Let's get into the haul. Okay, so moving into what I bought. I have tried to put them into categories. Tried being the main word here. I don't know how much you can categorize, but anyway. So the first category is bedding, and I'm just going to go through what I've bought. I will probably make a specific video on why I prefer certain things because, yeah, I used a whole bunch of different things with Angel. Most of them were kind of just given to me, so I really just used what I had. But I do have preferences, funnily enough. So let's have a look at what I got. So first things first, when it comes to blankets / wraps. I tried a whole bunch of different ones, clearly because I was given a whole bunch. So I had fleece blankets, waffle blankets, etc. So I did pick up one waffle blanket, and this is actually a bamboo waffle blanket, which apparently it's like super soft and eco-friendly and just really, really awesome. I don't know. I picked up one to kind of try out, and if I love it, I'll buy more. That's kind of the whole logic. When it comes to babies, you buy a few things and then you kind of realize what you need, what you don't, and what you want more of, basically. So one little waffle blanket, two of these are cotton brushed blankets. And they're basically just one little pink one with like little ponies on it. And this little one with the little like bunny rabbits. And these are like really, really, they're soft, but they're also like flat, like sheet-like almost. And these are kind of like wrap blankets. Like it's a little blanket that you would just kind of dress baby up and then wrap them up in a little blanket for like that extra warmth, and not necessarily like a muslin. Like it's kind of like a muslin, but not a muslin wrap. And I actually had quite a few of these with Angel as well. Quite a few. Then I also picked up this cotton brushed blanket. Now this one is a little bit more kind of soft and fluffy. It's got a little more oomph to it. So it's slightly, I think, slightly thicker, I would say. It's more of a blankie. And again, I would probably use this to just wrap her up. And finally, I also grabbed a fleece blanket. I really, really like these little fleeces to kind of either just, just hold around her when she's kind of sleeping on me, that kind of thing. And they just always came in handy with Angel. She really loved her fleece blankets. She loved lying down on them. It was, yeah, they're pretty useful. Okay. Now, in regards to her bassinet. So her bassinet is more of a cradle than a bassinet. So it's kind of a little, it's a cradle, basically. Like a little cot, a mini version of a cot. So we had a few issues with these sheets because I couldn't find the exact size for fitted sheets. I have bought different sizes, and I'm just going to kind of see how it goes, pretty much. So I did pick up a couple of bassinet sheet sets, this little elephant, as well as a little teddy bear, And I also picked up just these fitted sheets, very simple, cheap fitted sheets, just to kind of see if I can alter them myself and actually make them comfortably fit. Because you do want the sheets on your bassinet / cradle to be fitted, as you would in a cot, as you would generally around baby. You don't want the sheets to be moving and, you know, all that awesome stuff. Now, I also picked up, this was kind of a purchase based on Angel's, like what we went through with Angel pretty much, and my logic was that the cradle is kind of wide and open. This is a breathable mesh, so it kind of goes on the sides and kind of like underneath the mattress, and it allows it to be kind of closed off, but at the same time not completely closed off, like the baby can breathe, and there's no way baby can get caught in the mesh. So it even has like a little thing that shows you there. It's kind of like just this little mesh. It's not really like, it's not closed up or anything. It doesn't stop air flowing through. So I'm hoping that it kind of protects her from unnecessary bumps, as well as kind of creates that sense of just a closed space rather than a full-on open space, because Angel hated that, and she also hated bumping into the sides. So we'll see how that goes. I just thought I would try it out and see how it goes. Every baby is different, so you never really know. So next category is towels, pretty much. Towels, little towels, big towels, all the towels basically. So first things first, I grabbed 12 packs, so that's 24 in total, of these little washcloths. And washcloths are crazy useful, I have to say. I use them to wash her basically when she's really, really little. And then as she gets older, I pretty much use these with Angel for like everything, like anything from birth cloths to wiping her when she had spit up all over the place, to wiping my own milk, like when I leaked left, right, and center.
Yo-yo.
Really? A yo-yo? That's lovely.
Yeah, a yo-yo.
A yo-yo. So I grabbed 2 of these. Then I grabbed probably way too many hooded towels. And the funny thing is, baby actually grows out of these, but I love them, and I used them for at least the first 6 months, if not more. Probably way more than that, actually. So I picked up this cute little giraffe design. It's super soft and super cute, and I just loved it. And that's pretty much, I think mostly when you shop for baby, it all comes down to cuteness. Then I grabbed this 2-pack of hooded towels as well in like pinky colors. I couldn't really find things in pink. With everything going on, I feel that like stocks were extremely low, and I couldn't really find pink things. And I really wanted pink things. Like, yeah. But anyway, I picked up these pink hooded towels as well. Then I also grabbed koala, unicorn, because I'm crazy, and elephant, which is funny. Just I don't even. So I got a total of 3, 4, 5, 6 hooded towels, which is probably excessive, but it does also mean I don't necessarily need to wash like 1,000 towels constantly, like the same towels constantly, because they do tend to kind of get really rough when you wash them way too often. So yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next category, which is feeding. I will be breastfeeding, at least that is the plan. However, I'm always open to the option that, you know, to the idea, rather, not option, that I might not be able to for whatever reason, etc. So, yes, my baby. See you later. Bye. So, oh, the sun is like... So I am open to the idea that I might not be able to breastfeed. I also do want to pump at times. I would have to pump with Angel when I was feeling engorged, etc. So I do want to have options to be able to bottle feed her as well. So these are the bottles that I kind of went for. Now I picked up the Avent Natural, which I actually have the Philips Avent pump. So the hand pump, not like the electronic or whatever pumps. Just a manual pump, and I bought 2 extra little bottles as well as 2 newborn, they're like 0 month plus, basically, the teats, just to be sure and like make sure I have some on hand. I also decided to go with the Mimby bottle as well, as the Mimby. These are supposedly extremely like breastfeeding. It's like Mimby Instinctive Feeding Technology, and they're Australian brand as well. They're made here in Australia, Aussie brand. So, you know, I thought I would make sure I had 2 bottles on hand because Angel was not open to bottles. I had to at one point feed her from a bottle. I had no other choice at the time, and she just refused point blank. It was devastating, and she was crying, and so I just wanted to make sure I also had another option available in case baby girl needs to be bottle fed. You know, daddy might want to feed her, etc. I just want to have my options. So I bought those. I also picked up, and I know this technically isn't feeding, but I just didn't know where else to put these really. So I picked up 2 of the Mam and 2 of the Nuke, I don't even know. The pacifiers / soothers. And these are like the 0 to 4 months and 0 to 6 month ones. Angel hated these. She barely used them. She used them a little bit as a newborn, a little bit when she was in hospital at 40 days old. That's a whole other story. And a little bit, and then she just kind of picked it up when she was like 2. So around the time we stopped breastfeeding, she kind of picked up a soother to kind of, I don't know, maybe it was because she stopped breastfeeding for comfort, so she needed that extra comfort. So I decided to just make sure I had some on hand because you never know, and you don't want to be without. You'd rather have them than not have them. So along those lines, I also picked up this bad boy. So I've heard some pretty good things about this, and I was always very curious about it. So it's like the grass drying rack thingy from Boone. And I just picked it up so that I can like wash her bottles and everything, sterilize my pump, and just pop them on here to dry because I don't have anywhere to put them to dry, and I don't trust them touching anything right now, basically, with everything going on as well. It's kind of, you know, it's one of those things. And in that, having said that, sterilization. Angel barely didn't use bottles, and barely used her pacifiers, so I barely needed a sterilizer at all. So I thought instead of going and buying like this huge electronic thing, and oh my gosh, I would just go with this simple microwave sterilizer. It has some pretty good reviews. I feel like, you know, it would do the job. I would probably put the things first through the dishwasher, and then on their own, of course, and then put them through this, and I think that would do the job. Because honestly, I do not want to spend money on a huge, like, incredible technology sterilizer that I'm not going to use, or I'll use just once. So, Nook for that. And the final thing for feeding is this bad boy, and it's still in its packaging. I will be taking it out and washing it. I have to wash pretty much everything anyway. So this is just a breastfeeding pillow. I used a normal pillow with Angel, and it did work. We did get through it, like, you know. But at the same time, I always really wanted to buy a normal breastfeeding pillow that kind of fit nicely around me, and I could breastfeed comfortably rather than have a normal pillow just kind of awkwardly placed on my legs like it was not, yeah. So again, one of those things that I wanted but couldn't get, for example. Okay, I'm starting to get hot. So moving on to changing. Now we did buy a changing mat. So we have a secondhand change table that we bought along with our cradle. Naturally, we got rid of mats, mattresses, all that. So we bought a new mat, which I'm not going to show you guys now. I also picked up a couple of fitted change pad covers. So one thing I know about change mats is they're cold, and you need to cover them with something. Like that's for granted. And change mats get messy pretty quickly. So I did buy a 2-pack of these, and I probably will end up buying another like 4 of these, to be honest. Because you could go through several change mats in a day if there's a blowout. So I just picked up 2 of these to start with, like to begin with. Next up, I also picked up a couple of like disposable items. So I've got these disposable change mats for when we're out and about, because you might have like a perfect little change pad, you might have all your things in your bag, but there will be times when you might actually find yourself somewhere where you can't use the pad for whatever reason. It gets messy. Just so many things happen when it comes to newborns and babies. It's just, yeah. Disposable change pads just the thing that I want to have on hand, as well as scented nappy bags for when you're out and about and you need to throw out that dirty nappy. Because my sister-in-law gave me a box of these, and oh my god. Because when you have to like change your baby suddenly in the car because baby had a blowout and there's nowhere to go, you gotta put that nappy somewhere. You know what I mean? So these two as well. Now, in regards to getting rid of nappies in the middle of the night, and probably during the day as well when I just can't go outside, I've never had a bin. I know that sounds weird. I had to like throw each and every nappy outside. It was tragic. Let's not talk about that. I picked up the Tommy to Pee. I mean, it's pretty huge. I don't think you can, yeah, there we go. So the Twist and Click Advanced Nappy Disposal System. It twists, clicks, wraps the nappies up, and just keeps them all down in there. Keeps the smells away, keeps everything away. Yes, my baby. I know. My little grumpy girl. I love the idea of it. I don't know how it's going to work because a lot of baby products say a lot of things. They say a lot of things, they promise a lot of things, and then they don't deliver. So we'll see how that goes. Now, it does have one, like, thingy, like one cassette thing, tape thing that it uses. I went ahead and bought another 3 just to be sure, like to have some on hand. I didn't want to be like running out or having to look for some. Because when baby arrives, you kind of get sucked into this like newborn baby bubble, and yeah, you're not about to like run out kind of trying to find little tidbits like that. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm all set to go in that area. So the final category is basically like newborn baby care, as well as a couple of miscellaneous items that pretty much don't fit in any category, so you know how it goes. Alright, so first things first, in general baby care, I went ahead and went to the pharmacy and picked up a few things. And for starters, we have a little comb, and this literally is just like a little soft brush and a little like comb. There, that's better. So just a little comb and a little brush. Angel had a lot of hair, so like we ended up like literally combing her hair, full-on combing hair. So I just wanted to make sure I am prepared. Plus the little thin one actually helps when they have like, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. Where like, their skin gets all flaky on the top. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I don't remember. I have no idea, guys. But yeah, it's just very, very handy to have on hand. Very handy to have on hand. My English today. Anyway, next up, nail care. So nails are the #1 thing. Newborns just scratch themselves like crazy. I have seen files, I have seen all sorts of things out there. Honestly, with Angel, we just used the little scissors and she was good to go. She had nails. She scratched her face like crazy. So I decided to go with this little set because it also has the little clippers, the scissors, and little files, so it kind of has a little bit of everything, and I'll be able to kind of test them all out and figure out what works. Little Miss Grumpy over here. So I just want to make sure I have everything on hand so that I can kind of test them out and see what's going to work for us, because that's #1 when it comes to babies. You have to figure out what works. Okay, next up, I bought a thermometer because bath time. Bath time. Now we do have a little bathtub and like that little bath thing you put in the bathtub, the big bathtub. I don't know what I'm gonna use in the end. I have no idea. I might just wash her in the sink, like legit. I don't know, with babies, bath time is just weird. I don't know, but I just thought I would pick this up in case I decided to use the bathtub, just to be safe. Now next up, what I also went ahead and picked up was a nose Frida. It's a nasal aspirator. You basically suck the snot out of baby's nose. And it could also be mucus. It could be like all sorts of like, it's kind of, their nasal areas and like all this, it can get clunked up pretty easily. And you want to have one of these on hand because they are just straight away, you get it done. It is what it is, because having a baby that can't breathe and having a baby upset and crying because their nose is all clogged up is not a good thing. I had to use one of these in Grace with Angel. The day I didn't have it was terrible. The next day when I finally did get it, oh my god. That's all I have to say. So this is up, like, definitely. Next up when it comes to baby care, I just also picked up one of these little saline nasal spray, and I don't really want to use these. Like, you don't want to necessarily use these. However, it is a healthier option than other things out there, and I do prefer to have something on hand that I can just spray up her nose that will help, rather than have nothing. And then I also picked up these Little Eyes. This brand is really funny, like Little Eyes, Little Nose. Little Eyes Gentle Cleansing Wipes. So these are so you can kind of wipe baby's eyes. Baby's eyes get clogged up with all sorts of like things. Like, they just kind of cake over. It's really funny. But you do need to clean their eyes. There's always reason to need to clean baby's eyes. It's a thing. So I grabbed a couple boxes of these as well to have on hand, as well as Sudocrem. I do not live without Sudocrem. That's the thing. Sudocrem is life. It's basically for like nappy rash, abrasions, eczema, dermatitis. Like, it does everything. It's a healing cream. Why would I, you know? Then I also picked up some of these, and these are the contoured cotton tips. They have like a weird little tip. And these are really awesome to clean out baby's ears when they're really little, and you want to be so careful. Like, so careful. And they're also really useful for cleaning belly buttons as well, like around the belly button area. These are just awesome. So these are also. Then I also picked up the Johnson's Cotton Touch Newborn Wash and Shampoo, because I do have like Johnson's shampoo, the normal one, which Angel uses, but I felt that I should buy a newborn one specifically for her, at least for like the first month or two. Just, you know, babies are really sensitive. I didn't want to like risk, you know. I mean, Johnson's is pretty like gentle, but still. Now in completely miscellaneous stuff, like completely, I picked up this Swivel Light Auto Sensor. So it's like, it's got this little sensor here, and when it gets dark, it turns on. Little night light. This will probably be in my office, which is right across from my bedroom. So kind of gently lighting over to my room, not immediately in the room, so that I can see when I'm breastfeeding and changing her and all the fun things at night. Then I also picked up this Pigeon Baby Laundry Detergent, and you do need laundry detergent for babies. I feel that it's just, their skin is so sensitive in the beginning that I feel that at least for the first 6 months, you probably do want to kind of stick to a baby detergent rather than anything else. And I will be using this to wash pretty much anything and everything that will be touching her skin. So from towels, sheets, to her clothes, like all that kind of thing will be washed with this bad boy. And the last thing for this haul, we do have a stroller, like a pram, but we don't necessarily have a newborn insert for it. So, ErgoBaby. I've heard quite a lot about ErgoBaby. Some people love it, some people hate it. We had a similar one in Greece, not the exact same. And actually it was probably a little bit more like, I don't know, thicker, heavier, stockier than this one. This one is a little more like slimlined, which I like because I couldn't really wear the other one. Leo would wear the other one and kind of carry her around when we went out and about. And she really loved that. She loved the contact. She loved kind of, you know. So that's the logic. And dads can wear it as well. That's why I picked it up. So I got this so that we can just carry her around, and I do hope it works. And it, you know, I mean, how can it not work technically? Technically, you never know. You never know. So yeah, that is pretty much all of the like extra non-clothing items that we got so far for baby girl. When you have a baby, you're always buying stuff, so you know how it goes. Oh, we also bought a swing, but I'm probably gonna do a whole separate video on the swing, setting it up and everything. So we bought the swing, and we also bought a new car seat for her as well. But you'll get to see those things as we use them pretty much. Even though I probably will do a separate video on the swing, which is the Ingenuity 2-in-1 swing. So it's like a bouncer that kind of attaches to the swing and swings both ways. We'll see how we go. But yeah. other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will have a baby clothes haul for you guys probably next week. Hoping my packages come in time. Like, the postage has been insane. It's just, yeah. Things arrive like probably 10, 15 days past what they should have. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, that is all for today, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.